The actor Kurt Russell was asked about Taylor Sheridan, super producer. He said, Sheridan makes stories for the silent majority, the people Hollywood stopped writing for, the people who just work and live and don't make much noise. And maybe that's true, but it doesn't explain the thing that's actually strange about Taylor Sheridan's work as a producer and a screenwriter. This one man has more shows in production than some entire studios. Yellowstone, you've heard of it. Its spinoffs, Lioness, Mad Men, the Madison, that's the show that Kurt Russell is in, movies for theaters, and the deal with Paramount, and then another deal with NBC Universal. So the real question isn't who he's writing for. Is Taylor Sheridan the voice of the so-called silent majority? One answer is the answer Kurt Russell gave. Taylor Sheridan gives regular America the stories that the coasts abandoned. Authentic cowboys, real people, old values. So before we take that at face value, look at what actually happens in these shows. In a typical episode of a Sheridan show, someone taps a Sheridan character's truck in traffic. A normal person exchanges insurance. A Sheridan character makes an assault and battery charge. A sneaky lawyer in a business meeting becomes a blood feud between two companies. Every conflict gets turned up to 11. It happens in every single episode. And that's not a story choice, it's mandatory. Now the cowboy that Taylor Sheridan is selling is mostly a made-up one. The real cowboy wasn't a hero. It was a job with low pay and long hours. Months eating dust behind cattle, just like a long-haul trucker today for the most part. The gunslinger you pictured mostly came from dime novels in the 1800s, cheap paperbacks that sold by the millions in the eastern United States back then. They took poor drifters and painted them as knights, and the fantasy had buyers everywhere. The railroads and land barons used the romance of the West to sell settlers on free land. They ran ads across America and across Europe. Buffalo Bill took the whole show on tour and sold the frontier to the world as spectacle. The West was always a product, and someone was always making money on the enhanced version that we all know and accept today. A cowboy named Andy Adams published the real, boring version in 1903. And the towns, for the most part, they took your guns at the door. Dodge City, Tombstone, you checked your pistol like a coat. The real frontier wasn't as wild as depicted. Otherwise, who would go after a while? The myth left something else out that's pretty big. Historians estimate as many as 1 in 4 cowboys were black. Most of the other ones were Mexican. Others were First Nations. The trail crews were some of the most integrated workplaces in the country. For a black man after slavery, it was one of the few jobs that paid the same and asked for nothing. For the most part, there aren't many people of color in Sheridan's West. So what is Sheridan actually creating? The answer is a soap opera. For men, same portrayals, same double crosses, and family knives that daytime TV sold to women for 50 years. He just answers every one of them with a baseball bat. Instead of tears. So here's the formula. Put a lead in a conflict, boardroom, or outside a bar, and turn the lead character's reaction up to 11. Then let the other person respond like a normal person would, and like call a police or a lawyer. But in Sheridan's world, restraint is for losers. Going nuclear is competent. And that's the formula. And that formula gets greenlit all the time. But is that really the sentiment of the silent majority? Now we're back where we started with Kurt Russell. Maybe Sheridan is speaking for them. Or maybe he just found a soap opera story engine that prints money. He wrapped it up in cowboy authenticity. So no one could call it a soap opera for dudes. The body count made it serious. So is this what the so-called silent majority wants? I got a theory about that, and we're going to explore that in part 2, which is coming soon. I hope you stick around for it. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, please.